what were we going to talk about? Markets. I need to hire a sales guy. Yeah, hire a nanny too.
Dude?
The hell, she bought one just a little bit smaller for like 135.
Total
will
view
tell
says
you
it's worth
what's worth.
179.
And Zillow says it's worth 185.
188. And he locked up at 185?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you that much.
I'm already looking at it. I'm like, no, for a fact, this man bought it for 115 3 years ago. Yeah, this thing's probably worth on the 220s. Adrian, is that correct?
I got like 205 maybe.
Exactly.
14% left for the end buyer, bro. That shit's crazy.
1355, 200 less square feet.
Where at?
I mean, it is on the other side, but still 1951 build. See?
ECB what?
Where? But is it north of the freeway?
It was definitely north. It was over here. Look.
Yeah, that's a different.
It doesn't. I mean,
It does.
bro.
You know it does.
I understand, but
'Cause
that's
it's the zip code. Look, 85008.
I understand. I said that's your best bet.
Oh no,
That's your best bet.
minus that best
Well,
bet.
look.
What would you have?
Oh God. Yeah.
We're in agreement. I know.
220 max. Max. All right. Ready?
Yep.
Hey guys, so today we are going to go to a park where I spent over a decade as a kid and as a teenager growing up. This park pretty much watched over me while my mother worked 2 jobs, so she couldn't really afford someone to watch over me. So I'm gonna take you back to some of my roots where I spent a lot of my years as a young kid. So when you're running a comparable, when you're running a comp, right? You're comparing garage to garage, carport to carport, bedrooms to bedrooms, pool to pool, lot size to lot size, etc. Well, this particular property was in a whole different subdivision, and again, it becomes a gray area. Like once you step out of that radius of where your comparable should probably be, it does become a gray area, and then your numbers can be totally off, and that could create a problem on the acquisition side and when you're trying to sell it. The most important number in the whole equation of picking up a property is the ARV, which is the after repair value. Why? Because let's say that you're off 20% on your repairs, right? And you had an estimate like, oh, I'm gonna spend 20 grand, repairing this property, bringing it up to a market condition or making it look just like all the other comparables in the area. Okay, so you're off 20% on repairs, right? You're only off $4,000. You get it?
Yeah.
You're off 20% on a $200,000 property. You're off $40,000. Does that make sense? That's why the after repair value is the most important. You cannot afford to be off significantly on after repair value. You can be off on your repairs, but on the after repair value, like I said, you're off 10% on a $200,000 property. You're off $20,000. You might have already lost right there and then. So that's why the ARV, the after repair value, is the most important number you should always run. I don't know what's going on this month, but I've been visiting some of my own stopping grounds, to be quite honest with you. 2 days ago, I got in my car and I just wasn't feeling very good. And I actually drove to this park. And I drove through the neighborhood where I grew up at, just because, you're not going to have a great day like every day, but it's good to kind of like look back. You got to look back. See, I personally, man, I love to feel. I love to see life from a view or perspective of gratitude. I love every day, no matter what's going on. I like to see life from a view or perspective of gratitude, or feeling blessed, or just high energy. That's how I like to live my life. I like to just, no matter what's going on, the way I've always been is I always was positive. I always had a positive mindset, no matter what was going on. So a couple of days ago, I wasn't feeling that. I wasn't feeling very positive. I wasn't feeling very grateful. And I got into the car. And I just, you know what? I'm gonna drive my old neighborhood, and I just drove my old neighborhood just to kind of just see. Okay, I lived here. I lived there. You know, I grew up here. I see them. So for that same reason, man, just because sometimes we have to put ourselves in that state of mind. I know, honestly, it's easier said than done. Like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna be happy today. It is easier said than done. I'm not gonna lie. It is. You know, life hits you, and life is not easy. And no matter how much money you make, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, you know, you're still a human being, and we still have everything. Like, we still operate the same way. So let's take you back through, you know, some of the neighborhood where I grew up at, which is up and down 9th Street. I don't know if you knew this, but, you know, growing up, there was literally like 6 gangs within a 1 mile radius. It was insane. Like a few blocks separated each gang, like Garfield gang from 9th Street gang, you know what I mean? Like Dupavilla Project gang from Garfield gang. It was just like, it was insane, man. And you know what's crazy, man? I never, like, thank God, like, all of them left me alone. All of them left me alone because I was a social guy, and you know, I was a social guy. But not only that, I grew up at Verde Park, where I'm gonna take you, and I used to just play a lot of sports there, So I grew up. I'll take you. So I used to. These apartments, they look really nice now, but we spent a few years right here. Palm Tree Apartments. That's what they used to be called. Now they're called Twin Palms. See, Twin Palms. So I grew up Valley Income Properties. I grew up in these apartments here for a few years. Actually, right up there, that was my old room right there. That was my old room. And my mom used to park her 84 Buick Skylark right here in this parking area. 84 Buick Skylark. That was one of the first cars that I ever drove in my life. I used to hop a fence right here. They used to have a boxing area right there, so I used to hop that fence and then go box for like a few hours. There's a house there now for some reason, but I used to hop that fence, and me and my brother used to just go back there and just box for like four hours, man. We did that for like 2 summers. It was fun. Let's go. I spent thousands and thousands of hours right here on this basketball court. Thousands of hours right here on this basketball court. This is what kept me out of trouble. Playing ball right here. I mean, man, I came under, like, there were so many good role models at this park. Henry Valencia, Rodney Crossland, Johnny Gutierrez. These guys, like, they did their best to keep me and my brother out of trouble. We're here at Verde Park, guys. I spent over 10 years of my life right here at this park. And why was I here over 10 years from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m.? Well, just like many folks out there, you know, my mom had to work 2 jobs, single mother, and I needed somewhere to go or somewhere to be to stay out of trouble. All right. And I know a lot of folks out there can relate to trying to stay out of trouble while you're growing up in a specific neighborhood, especially a neighborhood that consisted of 6 gangs within a 1 mile radius. So again, you know, I was here at this park from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m., night in, night out, summer after summer after summer, while my mom had to do what she had to do to provide for her kids as a single mother. And it's always good to just come back and, you know, just reminisce the time where you were praying for everything that you have now. And sometimes, you know, when I'm not feeling too positive or I'm having an off day, I take a drive, I come to this park, I come to my old neighborhood, and then I just take a look back. I just take a look back of, you know, how far I've came, and that alone puts me in a better state of mind, a state of gratitude. So for those of you out there, guys, keep pushing. You know, this doesn't happen overnight, but if you just grind hard enough and you stay consistent, this will happen for you. You will be able to achieve everything you ever wanted in life. Just, you know, stay at it. And hey guys, we're gonna be doing a lot of YouTube stuff, so, you know, make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you stay engaged, make sure that you comment. We're very responsive, so make sure that you comment on anything. We're gonna bring you from lifestyle to mindset to specific business, specific strategies. So I mean, we're gonna put it all out there for you guys. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Our objective is to bring you value day after day after day, unlike anyone else out there. So make sure you subscribe as soon as possible.